It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Steelers and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Sunday night.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Great to have you with us for this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Under the lights, we'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. But they're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. But now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are going to run our offense through the running back position, we don't see that so often anymore. So for two guys like us that understand and appreciate the legacy and the history of this game, I think it's kind of fun.
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. Everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him. Stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate. This is going to be a hard group to beat.
And it's a positive start. A gain of 5 to get things going. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. 3rd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
Going back and This week's tape, just a little too up and down for my liking. It's hard to win consistently in the NFL, Mike, with your quarterback having good plays, good weeks, bad weeks. You want to just level all of that out. Maybe you lose some of the highs, but you prevent some of the lows. And when he was good, he was really good. But when he was bad, those are the back-breaking plays that really are hard to overcome if you consistently in this league.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Right back to him on 1st down. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And that'll be a pickup of 3. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They face 2nd down and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and long.
3rd and 14.
Back to throw. This is caught 2. He is in. Touchdown, Commander. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
It's just backbreaking here. If you're the defense, you feel like you're in a really good spot. It's 3rd and pass. You understand what the offense likely has to do to convert the 1st down. They just don't do a great job of covering the receivers. And at the same point, let's give a lot of credit. Nice job by the quarterback working through his progression, getting to the right choice, and it pays off for a touchdown.
The extra point is good. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back set to go once more. He has run the ball well to this point in the season, right there amongst the NFL leaders in rushing. On play action, he'll set up to throw.
I think it's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
Here comes 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Austin McNamara now. And John to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This is taken at the 25. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Drive will start on the ground. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Quick throw here is complete. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Washington.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 9. Quick throw, taken in. Here now, 3rd and 5. To the right side here, pass is caught, and he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught, and he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. That one intercepted. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's going to air this one out. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses. Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 1.
So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. It's the Commanders with the early lead. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Third and a yard. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try to run. And it's going to be a Commander's first down. Oh, they take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll try to run this one in. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll go with him again. A second effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Washington. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
The extra point is good. And the Commanders move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steelers' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Texas. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the 2nd round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a 1st rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft night.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a 1st down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
A run on 1st and goal. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll throw out of the gun. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Commanders. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
When it starts bad, it has a funny way of ending up getting worse, and I don't think that could be any more true than it is right now. They're already down by multiple possessions, and after that start to this drive with the sack, they find themselves once again in a massive hole.
Now a give on the ground, and he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
That's into traffic, but taken in. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. They needed 15, and that's exactly what they got. It is a 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. His defense...
the ball's out. One of the Steelers has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure again.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay.
Play is under review.
You might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Tight end going in motion here. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now they'll set up to throw. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's in! Touchdown, Washington. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Back to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Now Mike Tomlin going to send out the field goal unit. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. That one is good. And the Steelers are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin out in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jaden Daniels leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And things didn't work out for him as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Patrick Mahomes leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the LA Chargers.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On 4th down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now, faking the give. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. 2nd half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Extra point attempt to come here. He knocks it through. And the Commanders will add one more onto their big lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Up the middle they go. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. He's on to punt it for the fourth time tonight. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Commanders' offense ready to take over once again. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. That one going nowhere, but a late penalty flag comes in. They may get bailed out here. Throwing now on 1st and 10. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Commanders add on to their already sizable lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. We'll go with the drop play here on 2nd down. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. He'll look middle. got his man complete. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Now a give up the middle, and he'll get this across midfield. It's brought down following a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Steelers first down.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On 2nd down, they run the counter. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal now. Tackle made at the 9. Here's a run. And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats, makes mom and dad happy, but Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
And I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
So that challenge, a successful one. On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The score, Commanders 42, Steelers 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. The drive will start on the ground, and that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll try to get this one on the ground. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Commander's first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Right back to him on first down. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll stick with him again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned
the pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down. Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. Now Dan Quinn will send out the field goal unit. This a 31-yard attempt. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Commanders will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing now from the gun. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 2. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. That's a Steeler 1st down. They'll look to throw again. He'll let this go for Pickens. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback?
That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Into space. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Washington. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg, their 2nd pick-6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick-6. But to get 2 pick-6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders stretch things out even further. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Right back to the air following that pick-6. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Here's 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
He's got a man. That's complete. A 19-yard pickup there. Good for a Steeler 1st down. A handoff as they try to run it here. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Wow, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop it.
And he'll get this inside the 10, but not much further than that. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Now they'll set up to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The extra point, up and good. And the Steelers will get just a bit closer.
Steelers 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's 2nd and 9. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And he'll get about 5.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a game of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a give on the ground, and he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Commanders. And they made it look easy. Their offense playing at about as high a level as they can play. Defense wasn't too shabby either. And they're able to get the victory here by a rout in grand style. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night.